if Michelle McCool did in some way, shape, or form replace Mickie, and then you got to go back to Mickey's married to Nick. Nick works for the company. You know, it's a very, very, very slippery slope. But we all know how talented freaking Mickie is, man. Mickie definitely is going in the Hall of Fame.
In the A&E show, Legends and Future Greats, Francine came out and said the only reason why they would consider Michelle is because of the Undertaker being her husband, that kind of thing. So here's the thing with that. A lot of people are agreeing with Francine as far as Michelle McCool not having a resume to really make sense of being a WWE Hall of Famer. But then again, I say, EC3, what is the criteria of becoming a Hall of Famer? There's no committee. There's no 5-year post-wrestling rule. There's no nothing when it comes to the WWE selection of the Hall of Fame. What do you think about Francine's comments about Michelle's lack of resume, in her opinion, to be a Hall of Famer?
I mean, no, she is going to be in the Hall of Fame, regardless of whatever that criteria may be. I will say that for the LFG show, like Undertaker's on that too, right?
Yep.
And it's kind of how they critique up-and-coming wrestlers and kind of, you know, pick them apart, give them advice, talk the business. I'm not going to lie to you, but I think Michelle McCool, being married to The Undertaker, she's probably by proxy absorbed a wealth of knowledge about it that she is probably definitely qualified for the show. And I'm not saying should be in there instead of Mickie. Love Mickie. Mickie's great. But, I mean, just throwing shade, whatever, man. Like, she's in it. It's cool. She married Taker. That's awesome. He got rid of the Sarah tattoo on his neck. Taker's one of the best ever. Michelle's probably a super cool gal. So I'm fine with it. You know what? Put her in the Hall of Fame. And you're in the Hall of Fame. You're in the Hall of Fame. You're in the Hall of Fame. We're all.
Very nice. Very nice. What is that? Oprah's, what was that show?
Yeah.
Oprah's something gifts or Oprah's. What was that? What was that show she would do?
The book club?
No, the show that she would just give out gifts to everybody.
That was her show. That was her show.
Yeah, what was it called though? It was Oprah's.
No.
I thought it was Oprah's. Yeah. It was the actual Oprah Winfrey show?
Yeah. Yeah.
It might be a segment on at the head of it.
Yeah, I thought it was like Oprah. Yeah, I thought it was like a something.
Yeah, there was some under their seat.
Yeah, there you go. Vince, what do you think about all this, man? Do you think
here's the word on the here's the word on this that I'm hearing, Chris?
Illuminati?
What's throwing out there?
But you know how wrestling is. So I'm going to say this is the word on the street, and I'm going to tell you this how it probably went down. Word on the street is Taker said he wouldn't do a season 2 of the show unless his wife was a part of it. Okay, I translate that to maybe Taker didn't want to commit to a second season and be away from home and be traveling and on the road. And maybe they suggested, well, what if your wife does it with you? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think Taker's the kind of guy that's going to say, listen, unless you give my wife a job, that's not Taker's character. So maybe Taker really didn't want to go a season 2. And then they said, well, listen, what if we make your wife a part of it? You guys can travel together, stay at the hotel. You know, that kind of makes more sense to me.
Yeah, go see hot spots like Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Right.
Tennessee, New York.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Michelle is cool, and she is graceful.
She's McCool.
Literally, it's in her name. Like, she's a good person.
I meant to do this. There we go. She's McCool. Yes. Somebody pick it up from there, ladies and gentlemen. You were talking.
I'm going to pick it up, but I got to get my glasses. I got. Wait a minute. Hold on, guys. You ain't seen nothing yet. Hold on. I got to find this. Hold
That
on.
was the first awkward pause I think we've ever had.
All right, yeah. So Michelle's McCool. So going over to you, Vince. What are your thoughts about as far as Michelle McCool going into the Hall of Fame? And Mickie James is not in the Hall of Fame yet.
She will be. Yeah, I mean that's a no-brainer. But you know, bro, that's a slippery slope because if Michelle McCool did in some way, shape, or form replace Mickie, and then you got to go back to Mickey's married to Nick. Nick works for the company. You know, it's a very, very, very slippery slope. But we all know how talented freaking Mickie is, man. Mickie definitely is going in the Hall of Fame. Mickie, you know, she you know, this is a nice gig to have. She doesn't need, it's not like she needs it. You know, Mickey's doing very, 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 very well. But yeah, it is interesting.
Yeah. I just wonder why they haven't put her in the Hall of Fame. Way before now. She's not in there yet. But just, do you think, you know, she was with TNA for a while. Do you think that could have stopped her from going to the Hall of Fame while she was there?
Yeah, maybe not that. I do feel the Hall of Fame tends to have just preferences based on timing too, where maybe it wasn't the right time, but there will be some sort of instance where Mickie will be called upon because it times up, and she'll probably be in the ring too with it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, they usually have categories too. They usually have like a main eventer as the headliner, then like a mid-carder, you know, a very popular, legendary mid-card talent, like a Kurt Hennig, for instance, up mid-card to upper mid-card. Then they have like a minority. Then they have like a posthumous. And then they have like a tag team. And so it's like, that's usually like the criteria of the Hall of Fame, and one female. And so, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I wish they had a committee for this, man. When they get, you know, even to the point of the fans voting for people who are on the ballot, you know what I mean? And then the committee vote for the ballot. Especially a brick and mortar too. They don't even have a brick and mortar. And so, again, man, I don't understand the concept of this Hall of Fame. I don't understand.
Who is the headliner this year?
Triple H.
Triple H is a headliner. Yep, he's the headliner, man. And so I'm just hoping, like Rey Mysterio was the headliner a few years ago. I know that they had some scheduling issues because I think that was the same year or one of the years that Batista was supposed to be in there, and they end up having to change some things. And so Rey Mysterio's a headliner, and now he's losing just as many matches as he's winning, basically. So, you know, until they have criteria for the Hall of Fame, man, it's not good. Speaking of that, well, it's good, but it's arbitrary.